Are you in fashion?
In fashion.
Fashion Week. In fashion.
Let's see what she's wearing. Vuitton shoes.
I'm Sonia Sly. My heels are killing me. I'm going to take you behind the scenes of New Zealand Fashion Week. But I was told I have a backstage pass.
You will need to get the right pass to get behind me, ma'am.
Look,
I'm
I
sorry.
need to go.
Code red. We have a situation.
We're going beyond the air kisses and bloggers taking outfit shots and numerous selfies with their fashion BFFs. Oh my God. To talk about what's hot and what's best forgotten. Fashion Week is a fast and furious event for media, and for international bloggers, it's an opportunity to network with designers. I met up with an Australian blogger on her flying one-day visit to New Zealand. So life in the fashion fast lane.
Yes.
And I'm speaking with...
My name's Alison Gordon and I'm from Modesto Blog.
And that's an Australian-based blog.
It is, yes, correct. I'm actually Brisbane-based, but I have been working all over Australia for a while now, yes.
And of course you were brought over to New Zealand for New Zealand Fashion Week.
Yeah, that's right, yes.
But the fleeting trip, because you have to head back.
Tomorrow morning, actually, yeah, I'm flying back into Sydney just for a few meetings, etc. But it has been an amazing trip and I'm so thankful that I was invited.
And just quietly, you did say meetings with IMG
Yes,
models?
that's correct, yeah. So for representation, very exciting. Really looking forward to the meetings and we'll see how it goes.
Was modelling something that you always wanted to do? I mean, I take it you do a style blog.
Yes, I do. So my blog is essentially fashion and styling based. And no, actually, funnily enough, I never had inklings that I ever wanted to be a model. Actually, when I was in school when I was younger, I actually used to be very much a tomboy. I'm originally from Byron Bay, sort of a country area of Australia, and fashion is not very much considered a big thing there, so it's very much something I grew into when I moved up to Brisbane.
Is it even frowned upon back home?
In some ways, yes.
Like if you were wearing what you're wearing now,
yeah,
which is like a little blazer and heels with like sports socks,
yeah,
and a little skirt, like
very
people would
kitschy,
go,
yeah.
they'd be like, what is going on?
Essentially, yeah. I mean, in Melbourne and Sydney, you do have that more of an industry, but from Brisbane, we're very much, we're a bit quieter there. So fashion's not too much of a big thing. It is something that's coming through more, but definitely back at home in the country, definitely something that's frowned upon. A lot of people work in farms, etc. So you wouldn't see anyone wearing heels and doing that.
So you started your blog in 2014.
Yes.
And already you're getting picked up to go to fashion weeks. How many have you been to so far?
This is my first time in New Zealand. I've been to Sydney Fashion Week twice. I've been to Melbourne Fashion Week 3 times and Vamp 3 times as well. I've been to Brisbane Fashion Week twice as well. So I've been going around a lot, actually. It's been fantastic.
So far, at the early stages of your blog, I take it that you get quite a bit of media attention.
Yes.
And how many followers do you have?
Currently, I'm sitting on around 10,000 followers on my Instagram, and then on my blog, I attract about 3,000 to 4,000 individual views per week. So I'm going quite well. It's been something that's been growing steadily over the past 2 years, but within the last 6 months has really started to take off.
What do you think is the secret to your success? Because it's so competitive now.
Absolutely, I totally agree. I think just being genuinely who you are and also having a solid voice and a solid idea and foundation of what your style really is. I think that's very important, and I think that's really helped me in growing my brand.
But how seriously do you take all of this? Like when you get home, you kick off your jacket and your heels, and are you walking around in slippers,
I mean, in my home, absolutely. I rock the Ugg boots and I rock the track pants, but every time I step out the door, my personality is I take that as an invitation to be the best version of myself, and so I'm someone who every day I really do like to dress to my best, and so it is something that I really live by these days.
But when you're composing images for your blog and for your Instagram,
yes.
I mean, obviously it's a projection of yourself because it's not life every day.
Yes, absolutely.
So who are you behind all of that?
Behind all the fashion and all the makeup, etc. I'm really I would call myself more so an artist, someone who really appreciates fashion for the uniqueness that it gives to each individual person. I'm definitely someone who's country at heart, so someone who looks for practicality in clothing as well. Someone who's not just going to buy an on-trend item purely for the fact that it is being worn by so many people. I'm definitely someone who is true to myself and true to my country roots. So you'll see me wearing a lot more practical clothing, yes.
Really? And a lot of Australian labels as well?
That is my absolute focus, Australia. And now that I've been invited to New Zealand, I am so excited to actually be working with some of the New Zealand brands that have shown here. I've had a few opportunities, a few different brands approach me, so I'd be absolutely so excited to work with them as well. I'm very interested in sustainable and ethical fashion, and I think that's the way of the future for fashion. So I have noticed that at this Fashion Week, New Zealand is very, very competitive in that field, yes.
Do you think Australians are interested in sustainability or not? Because the market is much bigger there.
Yes, absolutely. I think that just this past year that I've been going to Fashion Weeks, more and more sustainable brands have been showing at Fashion Weeks, and more high-end brands are looking for ways to make their fashion more sustainable. It is something that's very important to Australian consumers, and I think it's something that is very important at the moment to New Zealand brands and will become something that is important to consumers. Although it is that slightly higher cost, it's so important for the industry to just not have that fast fashion outlook.
I think what's really hard about sustainable fashion, though, is, if designers are looking to create pieces that people want to keep forever and people are buying less, then it is so much more competitive. And how do you convince people to buy your clothing?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, that's where design comes in 100%. You need to really have a strong idea of what you're going to wear time and time again, and obviously pieces that are seen as classic, if you will. So, your standard little black dress, that is something that every woman generally has in their wardrobe, and it's something that can obviously be a slightly pricier piece and more sustainable. So I believe that if any listeners are wanting to, go a bit more of a sustainable way, definitely look at the pieces that you wear the most in your wardrobe and possibly make the choice that next time you're needing to upgrade that piece, looking at buying a sustainable brand, because you'll be knowing that A, you're not giving back to fast fashion, and B, it is an item that you'll be able to wear for years and years to come for that quality.
What Australian designers are your favourites at the moment?
At the moment, Manning Cartel is one of my absolute favourites. Stella McCartney, who I'm actually wearing right now, she, again, sustainable designer, just absolutely stunning. Alice McCall is another fantastic brand. And I also, one of my favourite Australian brands that's a bit more unique and edgy would be Romance Was Born. They're absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, they're very cool. With the industry being so competitive, so many bloggers coming up every day, how does it put a little bit of pressure on you?
Oh, of course. It's a pressure-filled industry, whether you're creating content, blogging, modelling, etc. It's definitely about taking criticisms in a constructive way and really learning about yourself and really not letting anything get you down. I've been through a lot of hard times and I've had criticism, but
like what? Tell me. What sort of things have people said to you?
Obviously just the general hate comments, but also
like,
such
I
things.
hate you. I hate you because you're beautiful.
Oh, I hate you. This style is horrible. I don't understand why someone would dress this way, etc. And then, but then you do get constructive criticism as well from maybe brands that you're working with saying, oh, we love the way that you've shot this set for us, but in future, maybe if you were to use a lower light setting or if you could focus on details, etc. So it's all very much a work in progress, and all it's done is just made me a better content creator overall.
Does it feel superficial to you? Because on the outset, it is. You're working with brands, as, bloggers are the medium through which advertisers are marketing their products,
Yes.
which is very, some people would detest that idea.
Absolutely. There is. Look, I'm going to be honest. There is a level of superficiality to it. However, as a content creator, once you do find very legitimate and very the sort of brands that you would choose to work with time and time again, I believe that adds legitimacy to it, because it sort of means that you're working ongoing with a number of brands as opposed to just going to shows and sort of sitting front row and just Snapchatting for no reason. I think that that's an issue that a lot of people have with content creators and bloggers going to fashion weeks. They don't actually understand why they're there and what they do. When you work with brands, it's very important to see their upcoming lines, understand what they're achieving through the designs and structures that they're using, so you can then take those like design what they've designed and translate it into something that you'd like to wear, and also pass that down to your viewers to make it something that they'd like to wear as well. It's all about silhouetting. There's a lot more to it than just sort of sitting front row and Snapchatting that I think people miss and don't understand.
Well, what's the tone of your blog and your writing style?
Okay, so my blog is definitely a focus on nature combined with fashion. So again, sustainable
country girl
focus. The
as well.
country girl comes through. I write very much about the clothing in the sense of its structure, its detail, its practicality, and how I would style it myself. I'll often include photos as well of how I'd style it and where I'd wear it, etc. And my followers really seem to enjoy that from me, yeah.
What is your market?
My market would generally be younger females, so we'd be talking 13 to 19-year-old females.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
Wow, and 13 to 19.
Yeah.
How does it feel? That's quite cute.
I absolutely love it. I personally feel like this is an absolutely amazing platform for me to be a role model to younger girls who are wanting to express the best version of themselves through fashion. I know that sometimes in Australia, like we were saying, it can be looked down upon to be very into fashion, but I just want all my followers to know that just it's the best way to be the best version of you. Just ooze confidence and know that what you're wearing is really just, it's a reflection of who you are.
It is. It's an expression of from the inside out, isn't it?
Absolutely,
Because
that's right.
you get dressed depending on the way that you feel on the day.
That's right.
And it can boost your mood.
That's what I realised myself about fashion when I came from wearing, you know, cut-off denim shorts and you know, crop tops every single day and working in, you know, Byron and working on the farm, moving up to Brisbane, and the very first time I ever walked past Hermes, I saw a bag that I absolutely loved and went inside and just thought to myself, oh gosh, I'd love to have that, and started trying on dresses, which was something I'd never worn before, and just the way it made me feel really boosted my confidence. And I just want everyone to know that they can feel that way through fashion. It's not this horrible vapid industry. It's actually an industry that's designed just for you, and so you can really make it what you want.
You've been listening to My Heels Are Killing Me. I'm Sonia Sly. To find out more or to listen again, head to our podcast page on the rnz.co.nz website.